All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Sip and Talk. We have a great show for you tonight. I am your host, Miss Londa. I would like to start by introducing my co-host. Let's welcome Day Day and let's welcome Miss Sneed. We also have a guest joining us this evening. Let's welcome Keith Walker to the panel tonight. Welcome.
Hey,
All right.
welcome.
So our
Thank
topic, I'm sorry. So our topic this evening is going to be, should men get special recognition for being a single father? I think that men should be appreciated, but I don't think that any parent, not just the father, but any parent should feel like they need special recognition for doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, if you love your child, it's going to come automatically. So yeah, I don't think that they should have special recognition.
I don't think they need none either, because that's the father's job to raise their kids. And, them babies didn't ask to be here. But I think they can get a little prop, whatever, because it's hard being a single parent, on both ends. So I think the mama have more recognition than the father, because the mother goes through more than what the father does. But are we putting y'all to the side? No, but that's just my opinion.
you. Well, I mean, what Yolanda said, I don't think any parent should receive any special recognition as well. I mean, they both have decided to bring a child into the world, and it took the two of them to produce a child. So, yes, what Yolanda said, both parents should not get any special recognition because you're doing what a parent is supposed to do. You're raising and bringing the child up. Now, as far as, but you said a mama does more and has done more. And yes, that is true. For years, fathers have not been there to, or some fathers, I should say, have not been there for whatever reason. Maybe the fact that they've been incarcerated, or whether they were fathers who chose not to stay, or fathers who just did not want to be in that child's life, which caused the mothers to have to sort of say, do more than what fathers have done. But there are a few good men out there who have been doing things that mothers, yes, have been doing for years, but and they don't get recognition or credit. And actually, some folks will say, well, it's about time that you're doing something. Yeah, but do they pat on their back? Yes and no, I would say. Some, but not all,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I would be like, I would let them know, like, thank you. I appreciate you, stepping up and handling your part. But special recognition, no. So before I did this topic, I got a couple of opinions from guys and women. And I had one guy say that he basically quoted, well, you want them to continue to help you, don't you? And it's like, I don't think that I should have to kiss your butt for you to take care of what's part of your responsibility. I also had women say the same thing. Like, they feel that if a man is taking care of his child and she wants to keep him there to do that, that they basically feel like they need to put him on a pedestal. And I don't agree.
I agree. I don't think he should be put on a pedestal because he's doing what he's supposed. I mean, he's like you said, he's doing what he should and supposed to do. But at the same time, men, the way we operate on praises. We like to receive praises for what we do. It makes us do more and act better when we receive the praises of the woman that we may have produced a child with, whether it be our girlfriends or our wife or whoever she may be, moms, sisters. Men crave praise, whether, and that's in all areas of our life. We like to be told we Superman, or whatever you want to say. We like to feel special. You know, I think even women like that too. But I know for me as a man, I love compliments. I love great job. You're doing a good job, because it makes me move and act even the more. You know, it makes me do more. But when I'm not getting that, yeah, I'm still going to do, because that's me. I'm still going to do, but it feels good to feel appreciated. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying like not to, show appreciation, like, Father's Day, take you out to dinner or give you a card, depending on the situation between us. If we're just co-parenting, then yeah, you get a happy Father's Day, maybe a card or a fishing pole or whatever, from the child, or you know what I'm saying, just to show you that I appreciate you stepping up and handling your part, but I'm not going to put you on a pedestal.
Yeah, okay, I get that. So with that being said, should mothers be put on a pedestal?
No, I don't think any parent should be put on a pedestal, because we made the decision to bring this child into the world. Why should we feel like we need to be, some special recognition? Oh, look, I'm taking care of my child, like it's when you clean your room or something. No, we don't. We don't need that.
Okay, so go ahead, Miss Sneed. Were you
Well,
about to say something?
I was about to say something, but I listened to what she said. But I feel some mothers don't need no recreation. Some mothers just don't need it, because some mothers have them and give them away. You feel me?
Yeah,
So, far as like what you were saying, I understand what you're saying, but why I say a mother should have it is because you got to think about it. Mama's baby's daddy maybe's all the time. You leave me today or tomorrow, who that baby stuck with? Who got to raise that baby? Who got to show that baby this, and that? Who got to teach this baby? You see what I'm saying? That's why I say the mother should get more, recognition.
but
Because
there are mothers who up and leave too. And
yeah,
the
It
dad,
goes both ways.
yeah, exactly. It goes both ways. And the sad part is, I mean,
Did he freeze?
yeah, I think so. I thought it was me.
Well, I want to say the sad part is that's the problem right there. Nobody deserves no more praise than
so
anybody,
long.
man and woman. If the man is taking care of the baby, I feel he do deserves praise. If the mother and the father is taking care of the kids, they both deserve praise. No man, no woman is greater than neither one. So that's where the problem come in now when you start putting stipulations on who should get the praise. Because at the end of the day, whether it's him or you picking up that slack, he deserves just as much praise as you do, because he as a man is doing his part and doing his due diligence in taking care of that child. Now he could be an ass and be like them young men out there and just leave you high and dry taking care of that baby for yourself, trying to squeeze child support out of him. But he's being a man and he's doing his due diligence because that's how he was raised. So he does deserve that type of praise. He does deserve that because he's a man. He doing what a man should do. So when you say he does not, you don't deserve praise at all. When you say a man that's taking care of his child does not deserve praise, you do not deserve praise, because you don't know what that man have to go through every day to get up, to feed his child, to clothe his child, to make sure his child has what his child's need, just as well as that mother.
You
Stipulations should
say,
not be put on parents.
you said that the man doesn't deserve praise. What do you mean?
When people say that a man don't deserve no type of praise or no praise at all for taking care of their child, yes, they do. They do.
I don't think no one said they didn't
No
deserve
one
it
said
at all.
that.
Just said
Right,
not put on a pedestal.
right.
Now,
But
go ahead.
I'm gonna mute my mic. No, I'm gonna mute my mic.
I was going to say, well, when we talk about the pedestal situation and no parent should be placed on a pedestal, well, to be honest with you, I mean, when you think about the Bible says that children should obey their parents and they should honor their parents and whatnot, that their days will be long upon the earth and stuff like that. So no man or woman will put us on a pedestal, but the Bible does say, honor. And, you know, to me, I guess that is, even though that child should honor their parents, but I even say that the man or the woman or whatever should be given some type of honor. Honor should be given, whether it's from the child. But and then I was going to say earlier, when you talk about double standards and stuff like that, or who should get praise and pedestal, a man who's raising his child or children or whatever don't get the same recognition from the kids that the mother will. And that man could be right there, and that man could be the one raising that child, and the mother's not there. And I would say the child don't give that man the same recognition. And the example that I'm gonna use when I say that is Mother's Day come, big deals are made for mothers all the
I
time.
knew it.
Fathers do not get the same recognition of a mother come Mother's Day. And that father could be still with the mother, raising that child with the mother, or whether that child again is being raised by the father and the mother's not around, the mother still gets way more attention than that man does. And I know that for a fact.
Maybe it's
Being the
because
father,
maybe it's because us as mothers went through so much to give birth for them babies.
okay.
I don't really think
But,
about. I
but
just feel like neither parent. I mean, we both.
I mean, nobody is better, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you both taking care of your kids. I salute every man out here that take care of their kid, because you can't find it nowadays. This 2022. When we should have put an age limit on it when we start putting the stuff on it about the mans and stuff, and then it would have been, clarified a little clearer. But these young boys, like they was saying, them young boys ain't out here thinking about no kids. They popping them, making them, and they moving on.
yeah. Now,
You know?
here's something that I was talking to a couple of my friends just before the podcast came up. I was hanging out with a couple of buddies of mine, and I was trying to ask and pick them. One guy in particular was a single dad and all. He didn't start raising his kids himself until they became 18 or so. And his daughter, being the oldest, she chose to move in with him, and so his son, which was 14, moved in because his sister left. But I asked him, trying to get an idea of what to expect, because this is my first podcast, and he said, "Well, why do you think men should be honored, or the topic that we're talking about?" And I was like, I was trying to get an answer for that. And one of the things he said to me that stood out was, well, me as a single dad raising my girls or so, it's not a lot of us men like that you just said, that's helping or that's raising their children as a single dad or by themselves and stuff like that, whatever. It's not a lot. So I'm trying to be an example to some, and being the age that I am, I'm trying to be that example that you just said to those younger guys who are out there who are making babies, and they are leaving their mamas or leaving their baby mamas to raise that child by themselves and stuff like that, or, and they're not there. But me being a man who has done this, hey, we can do this. It will be hard, it could be hard, it could be a struggle, but you can do it. And for me, and now I was a single dad for 4 years, basically, from 2017 up until recently. I just went back to court, and I gave joint shared custody now to my ex, where now she's helping. Well, she was always helping. She was never not there for my girls, but I had full custody of them. She was still in their life. She still did. She's a good mom and has been a good mom to our kids from day one. So I'm not taking nothing away from her. But in 2017, some things went down where that, we gone our separate ways. But I'm like, I'm taking my girls. I'm raising my girls, and I did that. up until recently. Now, my oldest is 17. She'll be 18 next month. My youngest is 10. Now, my 10-year-old, she's coming into that age now where dad can't. I had help from my sisters and I had help from her older sister and all. But there's some things that I can't teach that 10-year-old or help that 10-year-old with. I got help from my my 17-year-old and my siblings and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, mom, come on, here you go. Which is why I went back to court and now we have joint shared custody. So mom can teach her the things that I can't. And, so I'm glad she's always been there and she's still there, but now we're back to sharing our time with them. And I think that was best because I had to stop. I had to put aside what was going on and what I was feeling to say, it's not even about me now. It's about them and what's best for them. So now my girls have both of us again who are imparting into their life the things that we can impart in them. Me as a father, all I can teach them is how they shall be loved and treated by a man. Where their mother can teach them and show them how to nurture their relationships with a man and so on and so on. The things that I can't teach.
So that's why I say, like, and I'll be quiet. But for example, I will put you on a pedestal. Why? You just broke it down. How many men's out here doing this for their children? So when you say who is titled to what, yeah, I'm gonna put the man's on the pedestal that's doing what you're doing for your children because it's hard out here and you don't see it no more. Give them some type of credit. That's what I was saying. So I'm done.
I have a comment from YouTube. Is Maylee says, I feel a single father shouldn't get special recognition, but recognition. It takes a good man to be a father and to be a single father. That's a great man. And I never said no recognition at all. I'm just not going to give them no special recognition. And I'm not going to never feel like to continue to have a man around to do what's part of his responsibility that I'm going to put him on a pedestal. You either going to be there or you're not.
Okay. Yeah.
Righty then.
I hear that. Miss Day, why you so quiet?
Well, I'm at work too. So,
okay.
I'm just, I'm at work too. I'm just listening. I do have a son, and whether me and my baby daddy argue all the time, ain't no way in hell I'm not gonna put him on the pedestal. You feel me? Cause I am. I look at him, even though his kids ain't here, he have 2 kids, and I watch how he take care of his kids and how he does for his kids, even though his kids stay somewhere else with their mom. You know what I'm saying? I see how he take care of his kids. So, I feel that whether it's a single man or a man that come from a past relationship with kids, if he's a good damn father and he's taking care of his kids and taking care of your kids and y'all's kids, he deserves to be put on the pedestal.
Thank you. Thanks. Somebody's with me. Thank you, Dada.
I like that. I agree.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, there are very few of us that are out there, and I would love to see more of that. But you also, when you think about the Black culture, though, our race, well, the fathers that are not there goes way back to, those days where the slave masters broke up the families. And unfortunately, that mentality is still there, which basically what the slave masters have done and caused, they have caused what is known as a generational curse. They knew what they were doing when they created all that, pulling the kids or the fathers away from the family. The slaves would have loved to have still been a part of their families' lives. I mean, from the movies and the things we see, and not just the movies, but what we know about history, the fathers wanted to be there. They were torn away. Their families and kids, sold off and things like that. Now, they instilled in us and put in us a generational curse, basically. That's what it is.
That's what it
Fathers
is.
who are not, and if they're not raised and taught the values and stuff like that, then unfortunately, that's what happens. But when you have been brought up in a good home, in a good family environment, fathers who have been there or whatever, and in my case, I was raised by my grandparents. Now, my mom was in my life and my dad was in my life, but my father was in and out of jail. He was in and out of incarceration. But I still had my grandfather. I had plenty of uncles. I had my aunts, and I just had a generational of people who taught me good values that I've learned. And now that's what makes me the man that I am today. Although my dad was in there, but here's the funny thing. My dad was in and out of jail, but in jail, my father took care of me. He watched out for me. He had more information about me than my family or my grandparents who raised me. Stuff my father knew that my grandparents didn't even know. And he's locked up in jail. My father had informants out on the street looking out for me to make sure that I was being taken care of and that I learned not to follow in his footsteps. So, like, I could come home from school and my father knew everything that happened in school, and he would call me from jail. So I heard you was in the fight today. What went down? What happened? And my grandparents don't even know, that I've been in the fight at school. I never knew how that man knew a lot of stuff till years later. I found out I had a few friends who were snitching on me to their to their dad, who their dad in jail with my dad. Hey, your son been in a fight today, or your son did this today, So even though I didn't have a father there, he was there. He made his presence known because he was brought up in a good home. Yeah, he made some bad choices in his life that caused him to go in and out of jail, but at the same time, he still was a good father. And I applaud my dad to this day, dead and gone, but hey, I give him special recognition because he still cared enough to look out for me, even though he was in prison.
There you go.
I have a couple of comments. I have two from YouTube. Maylee says there's a whole lot of single mothers and we don't get special recognition. So I don't agree that a single father should get special recognition. She also says, but today they're making choices not to be in the home, nothing to do with racism. I agree with both of those comments. And then Juan says, what my ex-wife did with our kids, she deserves. I put her on a pedestal, and what I did with our kids, and she puts me there. For so long, we as men did not have a lot of examples. Nothing is lost from putting men on pedestals. What is gained is it brings attention to how it should be done for the younger generation.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Who said that?
Juan.
That's what's up, Juan. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and like Juan said, I agree. I put my ex on a pedestal as well because she is a good mom. And I don't know where she puts me. But I really don't. It doesn't really matter to me where she puts me at. I know for myself that I'm a good dad. I do know that much. Yeah. I mean, I ain't perfect, but I ain't bad either. Do I deserve to be on a pedestal? That's up to my kids to say. That's how I look at it.
And yeah, I hope like you be able to reach out to, a lot of people that's watching, like for the little young ones. Maybe, everybody didn't have that stirred in them. Everybody wasn't fortunate enough to have this, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that the people that's out there watching, listening to you, listen to us, listen to the comments, because yeah, it's just real, just help the young generation to help them understand how to be a part of their children's lives,
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, if men
That's
really
true.
knew,
Break them
yeah, that's
generational
very
curses,
true.
okay? Because
Yeah,
you
that's
what are you
exactly what
teaching
I was
your
going to say, Miss
kids?
Day Day.
What are you teaching your kids? You think you're teaching your kids right, but you're really not. You want to teach your kids how to respect their spouse when their spouse have kids. You know what I'm saying? You want them to know
Yes,
that whatever they go through, it's okay to go through it. Each
yes,
person deserves that type of respect and that type of pedestalness, because
yes,
we all might not be great, but we all deserve
yes,
it.
exactly. But you
But it
said just
wasn't
what I was
based
going
off
to
of
say.
what you go through. It's just based off of being a parent, period.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But Miss Day Day said exactly what I was just about to say. If more men understood uh, about generational curses and things of that nature, you know, and how much of a role they really play in breaking those curses, because the responsibility, I'm going back to the Bible again. I'm going back to the Bible. The responsibility was given to man to rule and take care of his home, to
Hmm.
steer his home in the direction where it's supposed to go.
Yep.
A man was given that responsibility. God placed that on the man. He did not put that on the woman. So that man determines what happens to his kids, to his family. He determines, and if he's teaching them properly, yeah, they might fall off the path here and there, but if they've been taught properly and taught right, they will come back. Certain things they will not allow to happen in their lives if that man was there to give them direction the way he's supposed to, you know. And that's how I look at it. So what you just said, Miss Day Day, those curses can be broken if that man does his role in part. That's what I would say.
Hmm.
Maylee
Let
also says, if your baby mother was a good mother, you should put her on a pedestal. That's the mother of your kids. However, that doesn't mean others have to.
I already said that that's what I do. I'll put her on a pedestal. I do. I mean, she was there. She still played her role, She was in their life. She didn't abandon them. She didn't say, I don't want nothing to do with them. But I chose to take and raise my daughters
Hmm.
based off of what was going on during that time. What was going on, I chose to take my children and raise my children. She didn't like it, but I did what I wanted to do. I knew my role. I knew my responsibility as their father, and I chose to take my daughters because I wanted to instill in them what I had in me at that moment in time. She didn't like it, but I that's what I did.
And
And
she also is saying
it was in
that
my
she also says so she should put you on a pedestal, not us.
Oh, I'm not asking. I'm not asking for anyone to put me on a pedestal. I don't want no one because here's my thing. If I'm placed on a pedestal, what happens when I slip and fall? How you gonna look at me? Are you gonna look at me in that negative bad way because of the mistake I may have made or not made or whatever may happen with my children? You gonna now? Oh, but Dad raised them, so he's responsible. Being put on a pedestal is good and it's not good. For me, I don't want, I would just say this back to Mother's Day and Father's Day. Babies, just recognize your dad and and take care of dad like you take care of mom. That's all I'm asking. I had my friends and people who have said, Keith, you're doing a good job. You have done a great job. That's good. I'm cool with that. But my approval for me comes from what I see my kids do and what they become, and if they are walking in the ways or have learned from what I have instilled in them. That's all that matters to me. That's my glory and praise right there, which I don't even want glory and praise because I'm as a man of God, that belongs to God. God is in me. God has taught and trained me, and I just give what's in me to them. I'm gonna say that.
I have
go
another
and say
comment.
you give it a God.
Nikichi, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. She's gonna kill me. Fathers don't need special recognition for doing what they're supposed to do. You're a father. This is what you're supposed to do. You don't get accolades for driving in the right side on the right side of the road.
I don't know her name or how to pronounce it, but
I
I
think
don't know if
it's Nikichi.
I don't know if she's getting from me or think that I'm saying I deserve special recognition. However you pronounce your name, I'm not asking for accolades or recognition or to be put on a pedestal. I'm not asking for that. If you heard the very beginning of this and what Miss Yolanda said, I agree with Yolanda. I don't want no pedestal or recognition, so to say, for doing my role as a father. I do just want to be treated like they treat their mama come Father's Day. That's all I'm saying.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right. Ain't that wrong? And Juan says, anyone who observes can put me on a pedestal. It's just a way of saying you are doing a good job. Keep up the good work. And then this question is for you, Keith. She says, so because you took your daughters and raised them, do you feel you deserve a special recognition from all?
I thought I answered that question, but if I didn't, I would say again, I hear it from other people, Keith, like Juan just said. If other people want to say, Keith, you did a good job, you're doing a good job, and put me on a pedestal, that's fine. I'm okay with that. And I appreciate that because, again, like I just said earlier, men, we like to be praised or to hear, well done, good job, whatever. I don't seek it and I don't go after it. But if someone give it to me, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for seeing or thank you for recognizing because it's not easy. It's hard. So I will accept whatever recognition or praise someone gives me, but I'm not out there, hey, see me, give me some recognition. I did such and such. I'm not asking for that, and I don't do that. So I hope that answered her question. But yeah.
She also wants to know, is there a difference between recognition, special recognition and recognition? Anybody can answer that one, I guess.
I was gonna say recognition is recognition.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that, you know, my daughters, when they were in, they're in school, but they've had father appreciation days where the school recognized fathers and things like that and give, recognition to the dads for when they had dad appreciation days and when they have dad come sit with the kids day and stuff like that. That to me, when I got invited to things like that at my kids' schools, I went, I attended, I sat in class with them. And yeah, it feels good. It feels good when people see the dads, and it makes the kids feel good. The kids feel good when they see their dads right there at school, at their PTAs, whatever function or engagement is going on. So yeah, I mean, I hope I answered the question, but recognition is recognition. No special or whatever. Recognition is recognition. And I like it, But again, I don't go seeking it. I'm not looking for nobody to come tell me, whatever. If they say it, so be it. That's because they see something that I just be like, I say to myself, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. If somebody sees it and want to say, you're doing a good job, thank you, I appreciate it. Plain and simple as that. I hope that answered it.
I think you pretty much spoke my point of seeking it. That's basically what my point was, seeking it. You shouldn't seek it because it's something that you're supposed to do anyway. So maybe that's how I should have said it. Nikichi says special recognition encourages other men to step up, but it depresses kids who don't have an active dad.
Wow.
Who? It depresses.
Um,
It
it
depresses other
depresses
kids.
kids who don't have an active father.
Mm, well, I can believe that.
I can
That's
believe and
true.
see that as well.
Hmm.
But then that's when you have men who step up sometimes who can see and recognize that and might take that child under their wing and say, hey, I'm not your father, but I could be a father figure to you. I can be a big brother, whatever. And I would say we need more men that can do that and they can recognize that. They have programs out there with men who know or recognize and see kids that have no father in their life and stuff like that. So, and they step up and try to be a part of that child's life as much as they can. I think that's how Big Brother program started. I don't know, but
Yeah, the
you
Big
know,
Brother, Big Sister program.
yes,
Yeah,
and
'cause
and
my
that
daughter had
works
a big
both
sister.
ways. There are
Mhm.
women out there or that step up, like you just said, the Big Brother, Big Sister program. Women step up and do that too. You know,
Yeah, because my daughter had a big sister. Yeah,
okay,
so I know. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Did that answer her question?
Pro- Probably.
I hope
Sharita
so.
Walker says yes, mentorship programs.
She said what?
Yes, mentorship programs.
Hmm.
Oh, that's my auntie. Hey, Aunt Sharita.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say it is what it is. This whole topic, wow, it's a topic. I mean, you chose a good one. You chose a good one, and I wish I could hear more people's comments or see more people's comment. It's just wow.
Hmm.
Yeah. Day Day, I like your statements and comments. It sounds like you're a woman who definitely give accolades to your baby's daddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody was knocking that. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
say that because you teach your kids one thing that is the wrong thing to teach them though. And your aunt said, hey, handsome.
Oh, my auntie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
But
it's
I just hope this catch. I just hope this catch a lot of guys, young guys, mothers, whoever. Just
yes,
hope
yes,
it keeps their attention and see what's going on. But people, we got to break that generation curse.
there
It's
you
on
go.
all of us. It's not just one family. It's all African
It's not.
American.
It's not.
If we don't break it, it just.
It's a
But
cycle that would
isn't
just
a
continue.
generational curse, isn't that like a family thing? That what does a generational curse have to do with being a father or being a mother?
A generational curse goes
Generation,
back to
yeah, you break it down
it
because
go,
I. Go ahead.
generational curse goes back to just what I said in the very beginning. I mean, when I started talking about it, if a generational curse is a curse, like I said, it started with when it comes to this particular topic. It started with the slave masters who broke up the homes the way they did. By selling off the mother or selling off the father or selling off the kids, breaking up that family.
Tradition. Yeah.
That yes, when they broke up that, okay, they have caused what is now still happening today,
Hmm.
where you have the broken families, the fathers who have not been taught and trained to stay there, to stick in that family relationship with that woman that he created a child with. When because of what happened then, and if the fathers all started just breaking away or leaving, it becomes what is known a curse that just goes from generation to generation to generation until one father or one mother, going both ways, finally say, enough of this. I will not allow my family to be broken. For whatever reason, family breaks up, whether it's through divorce or whether it be through a man and a woman conceiving a child outside of marriage and that man choosing to walk away. Somewhere that person was taught and trained that way.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were not taught properly, they caused the cycle to continue, and
Mm-hmm.
no one breaks it. It takes one person to finally say, enough is enough. I don't want my child to be taught or raised the way I was taught and raised. If I was taught to leave my family and not be there for my family to help bring then guess what? My curse or that curse continues until somebody again says, enough is enough. I'm going to stick with my wife, or I'm going to stick with my husband, or I'm going to stick with my baby daddy. We're going to get married and we're going to keep this family together. Or I'm going to teach them better than what I was taught. That's when the cycle is broken. If that cycle is never broken, then it continues to happen over and over and over again. And unfortunately, that's what we see today.
It's all about basically separations of family. Period. Point blank.
Exactly.
That's what it means.
Exactly.
It separates families. That's
Yeah.
what it means. When
Too
he,
much separation. Too much.
Too
yeah,
much separation.
too
Exactly.
much. So we all messed up, and that's why you don't see families uniting with one another. That's why you see families only have certain ones they can hang out with, because the other family was taught to be away from that family. So yeah.
Yeah. Why am I the only one sipping on this sipping talk?
I was sipping. Juan says generational curse is a repeated negative cycle within family through generations.
That's
Nikichi
right.
says we have to step up. Generational curses can be practices that have been normalized inside of a family culture. A
Exactly.
deadbeat dad teaches his son that family is mother-led. Then he grows up not caring for
That's
his
right.
kids,
That's right.
family, and doesn't take care of his family, and so on. We have great men who love their families. And then Stacey says parenting for both mother and father is not easy. Parenting is what we do, whether single or not. I don't know about awards given, but I admire when men step up and handle their responsibility. And Belinda says she just woke up.
Okay. I hear you on. You know, what just came to me, and it just came to me, and so thank you, Lord. But did any of y'all ever watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah.
All the
Remember
time.
that episode? Okay, remember the episode? Remember the episode where Will took Nikki and pretended like he was Nikki's father and he was a single dad and all, and how that whole, that man heard him talking. Now, granted, he's sitting there lying about Nikki being his child and all that. But anyway, you see what that, with that, when they got to that one girl who went and shared it with another whatever station and all that, and then next thing you know, they giving him a trip to whatever and all that. They gave recognition to Will for being a single dad raising his child after the mother so-called passed away or whatever. And then Will, of course, he finally came out with the truth and gave it to the other guy, which was a white guy and all, who he was even lying. That wasn't really his child. But Will, they gave away his trip, money, and all of that because these people came to help him. And I think with that, the reason why I bring up that particular episode, because there's a lot of fathers out there who does not get the same help that a woman would get who's raising a child by herself. A woman that's raising children or a kid by themselves, they get special treatment. They get the world handed to them because they are single moms raising a child by themselves. Now, when you have a man that's doing it, they just, like we've been talking, you just doing what you're supposed to do as a man. Thank you for finally stepping up and being a man. Okay, but why we can't get some of the same privileges that you ladies would get? You know what I'm saying? So it's not that we should get special recognition, but women, y'all do. Y'all get more than what a man would get. Like I just said, we would get the about time. You doing what you should have been doing or what you supposed to do. But a woman, oh, let me give you this. Let me give you that. You know what I'm saying? So why can't we sometimes, you know, and it goes all the way back to, like I just said about Father's Day. Mothers get the world handed to them Mother's Day, but us fathers, God dang.
Y'all can't get a rose, huh? I said y'all can't get a rose, huh?
That's true though, and it's messed up. That's real messed up.
You know, it's very, and the funny thing is, I'll probably get in trouble for this, but I don't care. For Mother's Day, I'm not with my ex anymore. I'm not married. But for Mother's Day, I give my kids money on Mother's Day, on her birthday, holidays, whatever. I give to my kids so they can provide a gift to their mama. Every year, even when I was still married, I would be like, yeah, your gift is coming, or I was going to get you a gift, or we was going to get you a gift, but this came up or that came up. I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? I still make sure that you get a gift for whatever, and I can't even get a simple card. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I get the same excuse every year. Every year.
What's the excuse?
We were going to do such and such, but my money wasn't right, or I didn't have it, or we got you next payday. It would always be next payday, I got you. Next payday, I got you. Next payday come, I still ain't got jack. Nothing. Nada. My oldest, when she got her job and started working, oh, she hooked me up one year. That was, I want to say last year. Last year, she hooked me up. But I'm like, wow.
Oh, God just showed me something. Thank you, Lord.
There you go.
That's why. Now let's rewind a little bit. Remember when you said God put men to take care of his family?
Okay.
Dang, we just answered the whole topic for tonight. There you go. Yeah, that's why. So you shouldn't want that recognition because you already just said God put men in charge to take care of his family.
Yeah,
You feel
he
me?
did. Yes, and you're
But
right.
Not saying
But
it to
you
you
still
like that,
got,
but I'm just saying,
but you still heard me say that. Yes, he did do that, and yes, that is our responsibility. But you still heard me also say that I feel like a pat. I mean, to get something is still good. We like to be told, "Well done" or "Good job," and we expect that from our children or that significant other that we have. Just say you're doing a good job or show me that you see that I'm doing a good job. Give me a card. I like stuff that I can put on me and that I can cherish and share, which is why when I do get a card, I don't throw away cards. I keep cards, but I would like to be able to say, hey, like have a shirt on. My daughter bought me this, or whatever, or look at something I can treasure and hold on to. Cars, I'm holding on to them, but eventually I'm gonna toss them at some point in time. But I do hold on to them, and I'm tired of hoarding and keeping cars. I want something that I can wear until I wear it out. You know what I'm saying?
well, I hope them babies hear you tonight. I hope they all hear you tonight.
Well, but I gave them the link, the tune in and everything, but I keep seeing text messages and stuff going by. I don't think they got on yet. I don't know what happened. They act like they don't know. Nobody other than my Aunt Sharita and Juan and all are on here. I don't hear nothing from my siblings or my mom or my kids. I don't know if they on or not.
So
I guess they might find
I have a question. She says, who all on this panel is affected by the generational curse?
I'm gonna say I'm not.
I am.
Well,
I
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
say
lie.
I am because
I am because we
because
and you'll be a fool to
no,
say you're not affected by it
no,
because you
I'm
want to
not.
know. You know, you know,
I'm not. You know why I'm not? Because I'm family orientated. Oh, where my camera go? I'm family orientated, and
but I
I
wasn't.
okay. Go ahead. I'll shut up then. Go ahead, because I might
Yeah,
go somewhere else. Go ahead.
you'll be a fool if you say you're not. I'm family orientated. I take care of my son. I don't go out. I don't party. I stay home. I don't have friends. I'm a mother. I'm a woman to my man. I cook. I clean. I go to school. I stay home. I work. And the reason why I say I am affected by a generational curse, I've been abused. Sometimes I sit by myself. I hurt. Sometimes I shut down. I don't want to talk to nobody. Sometimes, hell, I don't even want to be bothered with nobody. Hell, sometimes I don't even know if I'm coming or going, or if I even want to open up to express myself to you, to allow you to know what's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even gonna say. I was gonna say it, but I wasn't gonna say it. But okay, Day. But that's the truth, though. That's
Okay.
Nakichi
Now to
says, I
answer
have
y'all
been
question.
begging for childcare assistance for my twin for 4-year-old for half a year and have not responded. They just deleted my app. It's not easy. She also says they have terrible Father's Day gifts. They are ugly. Like, they're just stupid. It is true that parents love some recognition from their kids. Hey, Keith, take pictures of those cards and then throw them away.
Who said
That's
that?
what Sharita said. And
Okay.
Destiny said, me and mommy are here, father. Oh,
Okay. That's my
Destiny
daughter.
Nicole. She's here.
That's my daughter.
you need to
And
repeat
my
yourself.
all right, baby. Thank you for being there, daughter. But no, to answer the question about generational curses, all of us are affected by generational curses. Generational curses not just the breaking of a family and stuff like that. I mean, generational curses it includes even sickness, illnesses, and diseases and stuff
Everything.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that is passed down through the bloodline, that like sickness, illness, diabetes, heart problems, and things like that. Those are generational curses. Anything that is not, it's any negative thing that's in your life, whether it be, they came from that you see a cycle of that in your family bloodline. That's what's considered a generational curse. So not just the fact that you have the cycle of not being a good parent or whatever and stuff like that, but sickness, illness, and diseases are generational curse. If you see something that's just passed down from family to family or generation to generation, so
Thank you,
all of us
Keith.
are affected by
Yeah,
generational curse.
because we all got something. Right. We all
Yeah,
got something carried down from the line. And
But I
that's right.
thought the topic was about parenting, though, that she didn't specify that.
I'm just saying, though, to answer her question, generation curses is everything. So we all affected by it. But as far as the panel, I don't know. I'm not going to say bad parenting or whatever is a generational curse in my family. My family, we have always been a tight knit on both sides of my family. We're all tight knit people, and we all take care of our kids on both sides, or we take care of our family. I've not seen on
and
either side of my family bad fathers or bad mothers or anything. I have not seen that in my family.
and when I say generation curse for me, Miss Sneed, I mean separation in the family. My family's
Yeah.
divine and separated don't make no sense. We all need to come together. Somebody need to break that chain. So that's when I say that for me. So it's a big thing for me, that generation curse with the family, because like you said, it goes way back from my grandma, mamas. We gonna go way back to the 60s, okay? Way back. So yeah. So I just clear that up for me. That's what I mean by generation curse. My family is divine. We need to come together and be one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And to go back to that person who asked that question. So again, the curse breakers are the ones who the curse breakers of generational curses are the ones who say, with me and my family, it stops here. This will not continue to go on from generation to generation to generation. Those are the curse breakers and of generational curses.
And
So
that's why I say I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's why I say I'm the generation curse of my family. I'm married. All my children is with my one husband, and we will
mhm.
not be separated and we will not be divine. We're gonna stay together and we're gonna be together and we're gonna raise these kids together. And I pray my kids carry on the legacy that we installed in them. So bam.
Exactly.
I think she didn't elaborate on her question, but this is what she's saying. She says, but y'all was talking about the fathers not being in the house. She also says, so it's a generational curse that fathers choose not to be in the home with their kids today.
I
Yeah,
can't. Yeah.
I mean, yes and no to that. I mean, for the fathers who choose not to be in the home, are they, ask that person, or to the person who's asking that question, is the father still a part of that child's life? Just if the father is a part of that child's life and he is there to help raise that child and he is doing for that child, although he's not in the home with that child or so, he's breaking the curse of not of being a father that's not there. He's breaking that curse. He's still choosing to be a part of that child's life. Now, granted, he might not be with that woman no more, but he's not abandoning that child. He's not doing for that child. He's doing his role as a father. Then guess what? He's breaking the curse. He's just not there in that home with you physically or in your life. But if he's in that child's life, he's breaking the curse. He's breaking that curse. Okay. So now, if y'all were married and all, and in his family, there might be divorce after divorce after divorce, and now y'all are divorced, then that curse of divorce is not broken. That generational curse of divorce is not broken, or the separation of the family in that area is not broken. But if he is a father who has been taught, even though I'm not with that woman, I'm going to still be a part of my child's life and I'm going to do for my child, then he's breaking the curse of that, of a father who just, he's breaking the curse of the father who is not there, who's like, okay, I'm not with the woman, I'm not going to be there for the kid. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not with that woman and I'm going to be there for that kid. He's breaking that curse of fathers who, if I can't be with the woman, I can't be with the child. I'm not doing for that child. That's a guy who's allowing the curse to continue. But a guy who say, although I'm not with you, I'm going to still raise my kids and I'm going to take care of my kids. He's breaking the curse of being a deadbeat father, if that's what you want to call it. Am I
Right.
making that clear?
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a
Okay.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
Also, Juan says, to help men get started, you may feel like you don't have enough to offer. Your life is not where you want it to be, or you're not good enough. Know that showing up consistently is enough, is a good start to being better in your kid's life.
That's right.
Elpnaya says, my father wasn't in the home. I was divorced and I made sure I was still a part of their life. So, I mean, to me, it's just based on the individual. And
It is.
I mean, and I wouldn't say that nobody doesn't teach their child, because you don't feel like you need to put a man on a pedestal for doing his part, that you're teaching your kid. Because I teach my boys to be there for theirs, whether they're with their baby moms or not.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And see, as a mother, as a good mother, like you said, you're training and teaching your boys, and that's a good thing. And there are plenty of mothers that are out there. Okay, your dad, like I would say, for kids who don't have their father and they have their mother in their life, and that mother is teaching, look, how did you feel not having your dad in your life? What does that make you feel like? Okay, so if you remember or you know how that made you feel, then you want to do better and be better. So there are mamas who are teaching their sons how to be a better father, or just the fact that the father is not there. And that boy saying, okay, my dad wasn't there for me, and it hurt me to this point and to this level that I say, I don't want to be like my dad. I want to do better. I want to be better. So even that boy who makes that decision, or that man that makes that decision, he's breaking the curse himself. He's that one that says, this will not go on in my child's life. I'm going to be there because my father wasn't there. My father didn't do, and it hurt me. It made me feel bad. So I don't want my children to do the same thing that my father did. So he made a conscious decision and effort to say the curse breaks or stops here. So, and then it's good that a mother might be able to say, son, this is how you're supposed to do it. She's teaching him to do better and be better, So that's a good thing. I think again, this is how the curse starts to break. And the curse breaks when someone is taught differently. That's how the curse gets broken. Am I making myself clear?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Makes a lot.
So whether they learn it from their mother or from their father, somebody has to make that decision to say enough is enough. The line stops here. It will not pass on.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for a good discussion. Thank everybody who tuned in and voiced their opinions in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to Sip and Talk. You all have a good night. Thank you.